Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video I'm going to be playing with the new Muse palette from Cosmic Brushes. I'm going to see if it's as good as the Serenity palette, the one that broke the internet. So I want to see if the formula is comparable. I want to do some swatches, create some looks, and let you guys know my thoughts on this palette. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bri and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot of indie makeup. So if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. I'm so pumped and very excited to get into this palette. I really love the Serenity palette. So many people love this. It was highly rated all over the internet. So many big influencers really push this palette, and I can see why, because it was so good. And so when they came out with the Muse palette, I was like, I need to know if it's just as good. And the other thing about Cosmic Brushes is they're a very affordable brand. Like, this palette only goes for $22, but they're producing such high quality shadows that you feel like you're using high-end makeup with their products. At least that was my experience with this palette. So we're gonna see if this is another hit or not. So let me give you all the info. Like I said, it's $22. It's currently sold out on their website, but they said they're doing a restock very soon. So follow them on Instagram or sign up for email notifications so you can know when they do their restock, because this sold out in like minutes, and I'm sure when it restocks it's gonna sell out in minutes again. So I'll show you up close the packaging. It's so romantic and soft. I love just the tones of this. Here's the back of it, and then inside it's really beautiful. It's more a little muted. There's a lot of nudie shades in here, but there's muted colors. There's a big mirror. I love this. There's some pinks, there's some greens, there's a lot of depth and beautiful shimmers in here. And the description on this palette says it has 20 shades. There is 8 metallic shimmers and 12 mattes. 3 of the shimmers are dual chromes and 1 is an iridescent. So this is to, create a little bit more smoky looks, something a little bit more muted, and I'm so here for that. I love palettes like this. I'll show you guys what it looks like compared to the Serenity palette, which this one is a little bit more jewel tone. There are some brighter, like neon-y shades. Sorry, I'm trying to grip it better. And these are what they look like next to each other. I mean, both have a good amount of greens and like purpley tones, but this one just has some of those little neon pops with some more jewel tones. I feel like these are probably going to work really nicely together, so I love that. But that's all the info basically on this palette right here. I think I want to do maybe 2 looks, maybe 3. We'll see what I end up having the time to do, but I just really want to see what the formula is like and see what kind of looks that I can come up with. So I am going to get a little closer and we're going to jump into the looks. Okay, so let's get into the first look. I did go ahead and prime my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. Did not set it, and I'm feeling like a pinky green look, something that matches the outer packaging. Like, I love this color combo. So I'm gonna start off with Pine, this deeper green. Yes, I always go for the deeper shades first. It's just what I like. So I'm gonna top off the excess. There's a little bit of kickback. And I'm just going to keep that on the outer corner. I'm not going to take it really far in. I just want it to stay out here for the depth. So I'm just going to, build it up and work slowly. So that's where I want the shadow to be. Seems nice and pigmented, easy to work with so far. I do want to take a little bit of Admire, this yellowy shade right here, and use that to blend out the edges, bring a little bit of warmth. Yellows and greens just go really well together. So I'm just going to concentrate that though over that part. I'm not going to take it into the inner part, just using it as a blending shade over that deeper green. So now I want to take this shade called Petal, this pink right here, and I'm going to bring that in the front part. I'm not going to mesh them too much because I feel like these colors will kind of mesh weird. I'm just going to have that really concentrated in the front. And just like a little bit over here, I'm going to have it touch just ever so slightly, but I'm not really blending them into one another like the green or the pink, because I think that's going to look weird, but just so it doesn't seem too harsh where they meet at. So I'm basically going to do the same on the lower lash line. So I'm going to take all the same shades, take Pine on the outer corner, blend it out with the yellow, as well as take the pink in the front. So I'm just going to do that mostly off camera, and then I'll be right back. So now let's get into some of the metallics. I want to start off with Patina. It is a beautiful green metallic. I'm just picking it up on the brush, and then I'm gonna wet it. I'm using a Anastasia brush, like from one of their palettes, and I just want to get it wet with some water. And I'm going to, you know, put it where the green mat is on the outer corner, and I'm just gonna slightly do it at an angle like that. Ooh, that's a pretty metallic. It's very smooth, and it's adhering to the lid really nicely, but it is quite impactful and beautiful. So I did get a little bit of shimmer fallout ever so slightly on my cheeks, which is totally fine. I just dusted it off. I'm going to clean off my brush, and I'm going to go into Muse. The shade right here looks really pretty, and I'm going to use that in the inner portion. Obvious place to put it. Just picking it up in the brush, and I'm going to spray it. And I'm going to fill that front. So this first look was pretty easy, but I just really like the combo of the pink and the green that was on the outer packaging. So it really inspired me to do a pink-green combo. And then the very last shade I want to go into is this one right here, and use that as a inner corner highlight to just brighten up a little bit more. This one looks like maybe it has like a pink shift to it. It's probably one of the dual chromes. I'm going to spray it and then put it right here. Oh yes, it has such a strong pink shift. Perfect for this eye look. I'm just covering all over. It's nice and smooth. It actually almost looks a little darker than the shade I have on the lid. What a strong, strong pink shift. It's crazy how it looks white in the pan and then it comes a totally different color on the eyes. So that is it for look number 1, very simple. So I'm going to go off camera, finish off my look, lashes, mascara, something for my lips, and then I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. Alright my loves, I'm back. Here's the completed first look. This was so simple to put together, but it's so pretty and feminine, and I feel like I captured the vibes of the outer packaging pretty well with the mix of the green and the pink, and it was just so easy to put this look together. Very simple, but I'm loving how it turned out. Now all I did off camera to complete the look is I went into the About Face matte, fluid eye paint and smoke signal to create the wing. I felt like doing a black line was gonna make the look a little bit too harsh, so I wanted to just use like a deep green, and I think it came out really nice with the eye look. And then for my waterline, I couldn't decide what color I wanted to wear there, so I went in with the Sol Monet gel liner in number 11. It's just a white liner, kind of picks up the shades that are on the bottom, so I figured that would be the best option. And then for my lips, I used the Lethal Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Latitude. It's a cool tone pink, but I felt like I needed a little bit more gloss, so I went over with the Lethal Cosmetics lip gloss and Nexus to make my perfect little pink cool tone combo. And then for my lashes, I'm using the Telescopic Lift mascara from L'Oreal because it's good, and I'm testing it out, and I do think it makes my lashes look a little bit more on the fuller dramatic end. And tight line with the Trusty pencil, and that is all I did to complete look number 1. I'll just give you guys one little preview so you guys can see. And yeah, that's everything. So I think we should now get into the next look. So I'm gonna start off with Fig. It's a very deep brown, like a deep cool tone chocolatey brown. And I'm going to put that on the outer corner and all through the crease. I did put the MAC paint pot on again in soft ochre and did not set it. But I'm going for something totally opposite from the first look that I did. So we're really gonna like pack that on everywhere, all through the crease. And then I'll get another shade to blend out the edge. I said I wanted to go dramatic, so I did wing out the shade a little bit. I mean, I'll fix the shape and everything, but now I wanna go into Sweet Pea, the light lavendery pink. And I'm gonna use that to blend out the edge of this darker shade. It's gonna make it look more, I think, on the plummy side, mixing the shade in, which is totally fine. I just want to soften the edge because I don't want it to look like very harsh. So that's what I'm doing, just diffusing everything. Now I want to get into the metallics. I want to go into Amethyst, which looks like kind of like a bluish purple. I have a feeling this shade's going to be more on the satiny side, which is fine. I just want to kind of use that as like a transition shade between the next shimmer that I'm going to use, and concentrate it against the deeper outer corner. That's where I'm going to take it at. I'm not going to take it too far in, but it's definitely more of a satin shade. So that's where I'm going to keep that purple. I didn't take it really that far in. And I was thinking about using Whisper, but I feel more compelled to use this kind of brownie tone, taupey metallic that looks like it's probably a dual chrome. I feel like that's going to add to the smoky vibes I have on the lids. Yeah, it's like a taupey shade. So I'm going to spray it, and I'm going to use that in the inner portion here. Yeah, you see how it's like a taupey brown? But there's something going on with it. Like there's little shimmer specks throughout it. I can't tell if it's blue shimmers. Yeah, it looks like blue shimmers. That is really pretty browny taupe shade. And it looks so pretty with the purples. So now I want to get into a matte. I think I'm gonna see if Softly is light enough to do any brightening in the front. I'm just kind of curious to see. It's kind of a grayish shade. Oh, it's quite gray, but it looks kind of cool in the front. What do you guys think of that? Do you think it's light enough? I think it's actually doing an excellent job. It has a brightening shade. Thought it was going to be like more of a blue, but it's definitely more of a gray. And I like it right there a lot. So I think I'm just going to keep that as the inner corner highlight. Kind of fuse it a little bit into the purple. So I've decided I'm going to keep things the same on the lower lash line. Typical move for me. So I'm just going to take Fig out here. Sorry, I was covering my face. And bring it all the way through and then diffuse the edge with the lavender pink shade. So I'm kind of compelled to take one more shade. This antique shade looks so pretty too. It looks like a lighter taupey shade. So I figured I'd put a little bit right here for an extra brightness, right in like the very inner portion. Ooh, that's pretty. That is a pretty little addition. This one looks like it has maybe a pinky, like a somewhat pinky shift to it. So I love how this turned out, and I really like the gray in the inner corner, but I want to add some liner detail, something real simple. My usual go-to, just like doing the little swoopy bit along the crease. So I'm going to take the ColourPop shade, and I'm obsessed to do that really quick. I might add a little pearls or gems or something. I just think this look is so pretty that I want to add some extra touches. So I'm just going to follow like the natural way my eye is shaped, like my crease, and go right above where that deeper shade is and just follow it all the way through. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Bring it a little down here too. So there's the little liner detail, super simple, something I've done many times on camera. It's like my go-to if I just want to add a little extra detail to the look. So I'm going to go off camera, figure out what I'm going to do for my lashes, mascara, liner, something for my lips, and I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. All right, my loves, I am back. Here's the completed look, and like I said in the beginning of this look, I wanted to go dramatic, and I sure did with this one. Like, I was just feeling the smoky, like purpley look, and I was like, yes, I'm vibing. I feel like a gothic fairy, and I am all for it. But all I did to complete this look is I did add little pearls, and I just followed the liner detail that I did to create that little arch with my little press-on pros that I got from Amazon. And then I went super dark on the lips. I just thought this look needed a dark dramatic lippy. So I went in with the Kaleidos Scorpion Fruit. One of my favorites. It's a very, very dark purple. I love it. So I put that on. And then for my waterline, I went in with the ColourPop liner in Charmer. It's a plummy shade. And then for my lashes, I stuck with mascara. At first, I was going to do falsies, but then I was like, I don't feel like it. So I took the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara and I mixed it with the Milani Highly Rated Mascara. This one gives like a lot of length. And I think it gave enough drama that I'm happy with that. I just didn't want to put on falsies. Sometimes it's just too much effort to do all of that. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's all I did off camera to complete my dramatic gothic fairy look, and it's so different from the first look that I did, and that is showing you can go all over the place with this palette. Get more soft, more dramatic. It's so amazing. So that is everything for this look. I am ready to get into one more look. I think I want to do a third one. All right, loves, it's a lot later in the day and I need to get this third look done so I can start putting this video together, but I already know what I want to do, and I think a halo eye is going to be the choice for this look. So I'm going to start off with this Rosewood shade, which is kind of a warm brown, like deeper brown. I did prime my eyes again with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. So I'm just going to concentrate this color on the inner and outer corner to create that halo. It's a nice brown. I mean, I do feel like it has a warmish reddish tone to it, but like a typical halo eye, I'm just concentrating it in the front and the outer. I'm gonna get into the shade called Haze, which this is kind of like a milky, cool tone brown, and I'm gonna use that on the edge of that Rosewood shade just to blend things out. Get everything a little bit more diffused, you know, like I always say, and no harsh lines. So now let's get into the metallics. Hopefully I get the center right. I usually struggle with halo eyes for some reason. I don't know if it's just my eye shape, but I don't know if it fully suits my eyes, but we're gonna give it a try again. I'm gonna go into the shade Whisper, and I'm just gonna use that on like the edge of the darker mattes that are on the outer corner and inner corner. I'm gonna spray it, and I'm just gonna put it right there. Kind of like an in-between transition shade between the other one that I want to use in the center. I don't know if this is gonna be a weird combo, but hopefully it works. I want to take this inspired shade, this limey green metallic, and use that in the center. I love this color. It does look like it's one of those smoother formulas. And I'm going to wet my brush as well. And I'm just going to have that all in that very center to create that halo. I love this green. It's so pretty. So there we go for the little halo. I did go back into the Rosewood shade and built it back up on the outer and the inner portion. So now I want to go into Water Lily, and I want to see if I can pull that off as an inner corner highlight to see if it's light enough. Not totally light enough, but I'm going to continue what I'm doing, and then I'll just top a shade over this. I just wanted to see if it was possible, but I think it's just too dark for my skin tone to be an inner corner highlight, but I like to give things a try when I see it in a palette, and I love a good limey shade. So I'm going to top a little bit of Luster, the shade right here, over that green that I have in the inner corner, right on top. Yes, a nice little added touch, and that gives me the little pop that I need to just brighten it up. So there we go for the halo eye. I think I did pretty good at getting the placement with the shimmers in the center. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do my mascara, lippies, you know, the usual deal. And then I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. All right, my loves, I'm back, and here's the completed last look. A little like brownie green moment, but I feel like it kind of turned out to look more like green and purple. But I love it, and I had to add a little gem in the inner portion, a limey green gem, to really pull on that green that's in the center. I just thought it was a really easy little added touch to do for the look. And I also decided to put green in my waterline too, to pick that color up more. I went in with the LA Girl Shockwave liner and Gotcha. I haven't used this one in a while. And then what else I did off camera was I went in with the LA Girl Jet Setter liquid eyeliner and created a wing. I used the same mascara combo, the highly rated and the telescopic lift mascara. My lashes were kind of hurting from the last look, so they were still crunchy even though I like fully took off my makeup, but I think they still look really good. And then for my lips, I used the Buxom Full Force lipstick in Dreamboat, a nice brownie nude, my fave. And that's about it. Yeah, that's everything that I did off camera to complete this very last look. I had a good time playing with this palette, and I loved all the looks I was able to create, but I think I'm now ready to give you guys my final first impressions. I'm gonna just get straight to the point. I think this is just as good as the Serenity palette. The formula is consistent, so I'm happy to know that the formula has not changed. The mattes in here are pigmented, but also blendable, and they're very user-friendly. Like if you're new to makeup and you're just getting into like creating eye looks, I feel like these mattes are so easy to work with. As for the metallics, they're really beautiful. Some are sparkly, some are a little bit more satiny, like this purple one, as well as this inspired one, but because it's a limey green, it does pack a punch. Now I do wish there was one more inner corner highlight shimmer, like one that maybe leaned green, because this one right here, this whitey shimmer here, is very pink leaning, so that would have been nice. But you can still use Softly here too as an inner corner highlight, and I'm sure you could get away with Sweet Pea as an inner corner highlight as well. I love the murky tones in here. I love that there's a good amount of depth, and I feel like it's just really pretty. It's a great entryway to color if you trying to like do more colorful looks, but you want them not to be so intense and vibrant. You have some really nice colorful muted tones in here, and then you have some browns and like nudie shades to kind of ground the look or soften them if you need to. So I do like the color story, and I was able to create really different looks with this palette, from like my pink and green look to this cool little halo look to that very dramatic purple look that I was able to create. So it is very versatile, and I think this is going to pair really nicely with the Serenity palette. I can see myself using these palettes together to create some really beautiful looks. So overall, I'm very happy with this, and I totally think this is worth the money. I mean, it's only $22, which blows my mind because this is high-end quality in here. Like this more should be at least a $45 palette. So I can't believe you can get something so good for such a good price. So Cosmic Brushes are doing an amazing job with their eyeshadow palettes, and I'm happy that I got to try another one from them. But guys, that was everything for this video. The look and the swatches and my thoughts. I really enjoyed filming this, but you guys will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Have you tried this brand? Did you pick up this palette? Like, what are your thoughts? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot of indie makeup, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I'd love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have the palette linked where you can find it. I'll have other videos of mine that you might be interested in watching. I will also have my like face makeup and everything linked in case you're curious on what I'm wearing for like foundation, like stuff like that. And I will also have my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really, really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video and to hang out with me for a bit. I really, really appreciate all of you guys so much. And I just hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world, and just sending you guys so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.